Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Legend Lore Chats. I am Barendipitous, and this is Ashy Arts here with me.
Hello.
We're talking about Sentinel today, the Hammer of Justice. And you see, there's actually it could be Thor, Sentinel, or Core, or whatever.
Yeah.
There's some Sentinel has some fun connections and stuff. But yeah, Ashy chose a very appropriate legend, and I have a fun lore-based.
Don't fight me! Don't fight me!
I have a fun lore-based achievement based on this pairing. If you KO Sentinel as Isaiah, you get the treason achievement.
Come here! Come here! Come here! Come here!
I gotta read stuff. Come on. Oh gosh, the cannon. The cannon! See, the cannon
I want
has...
that achievement! I want that achievement!
The cannon has a lot of fun, like, strings, but they're also very easy to spot as well. You know exactly what's coming if someone is... like, already, Isaiah is committing treason by... He's already committing treason by shooting Sentinel. But anyway, speaking of cannon, by the way, the one cannon skin I want is that boombox cannon from Sidra's synthwave thing.
Yeah,
that
it's
is
a good skin.
I did see although another cannon skin, that grill one that the Isaiah Heatwave skin has. Congratulations. You have the treason achievement.
Treason.
You want a medal? No, you don't get one.
Yeah. Oh.
No one gets medal for treason. Anyway, but yeah, that grill cannon, it's awesome. But if you use it as Sidra, then her idle animation in the character collection screen shows that she's sitting on the grill, which looks painful. Someone pointed that out in the subreddit.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's.
Anyway, we should probably
actually chat about the legend lore instead of. Anyway, so. Good evening, America. Tonight on Night Owls with Henry Cotes, we are discussing Sentinel. Who is this costumed vigilante? Where did he come from? Does he have a secret identity? More when we come back. Henry Cotes, aka Sentinel. I love that. Like, there are lots of superhero tropes, and Sentinel certainly has several of those. But not, you got like news reporters that talk about their own alter ego, right? But you don't have someone with a freaking talk show talking about their own alter ego, which is, I think, awesome. Get wrecked! All right.
I'm a cliche. You're the mock judge. That's all.
Yep. Sentinel. We don't have any context for that, but I gotta assume that it's like your classic like superhero in court kind of a thing. Nope. I'm better than that. Nope. Of course. As the story goes, few would ever know that Henry Cotes, I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that right, Cotes. Few would ever know that Henry Cotes, renowned physicist, all-star running back, and beloved host of the talk show Night Owls, was also Sentinel, the first and greatest costume superhero in America. Cotes got PhDs in chemical engineering, physics, economics, and literature before he got tired of filling out the paperwork. I wonder what other PhDs he would have gotten if that didn't happen. But when his father was shot by a cop in the pay of local crime boss Seven Fingers Dupree, Cotes swore to devote his mighty intellect to fighting crime, and Sentinel was born. Armed with weapons of his own invention, Sentinel fought his way to the center of a web of corruption, led by a secret society known as Cabal. His war with Cabal lasted years, and ended only when he destroyed their base in a Kamchatkan volcano and unmasked their leader, boy band megastar Josh Von Evilstein. Later, As America's most beloved president since Washington, Cortez would still slip out at night to fight crime on the streets. Now restored in Brawlhalla to the simple strength of his younger days, Sentinel... Oh, there we go. That confirms that...
That confirms it.
That confirms what we talked about in previous episodes, that they're restored to their prime. Now restored in Brawlhalla to the simple strength of his younger days, Sentinel revels in the tournament. But recently, he has seen that there are those in Asgard who need protecting, and he has turned his attention to injustice there. Which,
I mean,
I feel like
definitely no evil legend. Definitely. Like, everyone's safe. Everyone's perfectly fine.
As you scroll quickly through the... I feel like... I just realized this. I feel like Sentinel and Cassidy would get along fairly well in that regard.
Yeah.
They're both into justice.
Speaking of which, Cass has a headcanon for that. That they fight crime together. Whenever they feel like people need it.
Officer Cassidy does? Nice.
Yeah. Bing bang.
But yeah, connections. As President Cortez, he was in charge of the OEL, the Office of something logistic, which Major Isaiah Marshall was part of that. So that's why Sentinel was Isaiah's boss, essentially. So that's why I have that treason achievement there, because while Sentinel was president, Isaiah worked for him, and yeah. Other connections. In Asgard, Sentinel discovered the secret golem fighting clubs, and he heard whispers of the mighty Kor. He decided to leave for Kor a hammer engraved with the Asgardian symbol of justice. Kor joined the grand tournament soon after that. Sorry, I think I interrupted you.
Oh no, it's fine. Kor is interesting at some point.
Are you talking about lore-wise, or?
Lore-wise.
Yeah.
There's a connection I like there. 2 connections. Which you have to add.
Honestly, I'm curious right now. I know that's about Kor, not about
Ember and Kor.
I don't remember that. Oh gosh. Nope. Boom.
Angry noises.
Angry noises. Also, when Rayman happened upon the grand tournament, he saw Odin was wearing a Sentinel #1 baseball cap, along with a Sir Roland t-shirt, because it was 2v Tuesday. Which, by the way, Tuesday...
Don't you love 2v Tuesday?
I mean, that's not a thing in actual, like, Blue Mammoth games Brawlhalla. Is it? The only thing... It should. The only thing we get from Blue Mammoth games is the Tuesday dev stream, which is my favorite stream. They share reveals in that one. But it should be 2v Tuesday. Honestly, why don't they do that?
It should. I don't know. Like, they got it in the lore, but like, why not put it in game?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably because a lot of people don't have any friends.
Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to the earliest dev streams ever, like back in 2015 when Taros was brand new, or like he was getting revealed. Taros, the first Axe legend. But yeah, I'm listening to all those dev streams because I want to know if they say anything about the lore. Yeah, which they haven't yet. I've listened to 6 of the first 6 dev streams so far. It's a lot of fun. It's just Raiden and Dinohedron, and that's it. But
I watched a little bit of Gyros. It's pretty nice. Nothing really important, but it was pretty nice.
I'll go ahead and bring out President Sentinel. One of my favorite skins. I don't even main Sentinel, and I love him. Sorry, what?
So, okay.
Sorry, were you saying something? I think you might have cut out there.
No. I was like, okay. Just continue.
That's the Corinthian skin, right? Oh, he's got the Asgardian symbol of justice on his chest too, as well as on his default hammer. In this skin, it's on his armor. That's really cool. I think it's hilarious that they say that he's that he's called Corinthian. Not even sure if people in, I mean, original Corinthians. That's a book in the New Testament, but it's called the Corinthians because it's a letter to the Corinthians, with the people who lived in Corinth. Not even sure if people in Corinth had armor or something like that, because this was before the medieval times, but that's neither here nor there. Gotta take a drink. Gosh, dang it.
You're gonna have to do a lot of editing.
Rude. With disrespect. But yeah.
What's respect?
That was an admittedly stupid move. Come on. There we go. Okay, so some of the stuff in Sentinel's lore that I've looked up. So there are two villains mentioned in Sentinel's lore. Seven Fingers Dupree is the first one. I feel like with a lot of things, I hoped and I felt like there had to be something that actually inspired that name, because it sounded kind of familiar to me, but I couldn't place it. I didn't really find any like super villain or outlaw or anything like that. Good job. So yeah, I will say, so Seven Fingers Dupree was the one that killed Sentinel's father with the well, actually no. Seven Fingers Dupree was the one who there was a cop killed Sentinel's father, and that cop was under the employ, or was kind of bought by Seven Fingers Dupree, which obviously that's a Batman origin story there, right? So one of many superhero tropes. But I couldn't really find any Seven Fingers Dupree anywhere. Dupree is a French word. It basically means of or from the meadow. Seven fingers from the meadow. I'm not sure if that makes any sense at all. Doesn't seem to reference anyone. I found a musician named Curly Fingers Dupree, but I couldn't really find anything that had to do with in pop culture or history or anything. So I was admittedly a little disappointed by that. Let's see what else. Oh, Cabal. So not only is Cabal a really cool name for a secret villainous organization, if the bomb had hit you over there, that would have been awesome. What was that reed thing for, huh? Not only is Cabal a really good name for a villainous secret organization, but it's it is a real word. It basically means, so the actual word is CABAL, which is defined as a secret political clique.
But you know Brawlhalla's tendency to misspell things on purpose to make it original. Podium.
Right. Frick.
Palladium is definitely misspelled.
Anyway.
One wins.
I guess it's kind of to make it their own, but yeah, Cabal is a secret, like the actual word Cabal, C-A-B-A-L, is defined as a secret political clique or faction. Also, you see that word come up in some fantasy settings as well. For example, Hearthstone from Blizzard, and I think World of Warcraft as well. Like, if the word Cabal is usually used for like a secret, usually evil society of wizards or alchemists or scientists or something. However, Cabal here is used in all caps. Capital K, capital A, capital B, capital A, capital L. Which makes me think it's an acronym, but we don't know what the acronym means, unfortunately. It's like SHIELD in Marvel, right? That's an acronym that, I mean, we actually know what that acronym means if you want to look it up. But we don't know what Cabal means, and I really want to know. Also, apparently they were in Kamchatka, which, yes, another real place. Kamchatka specifically, if I can pull up the page on my phone here, instead of getting wrecked by Taros. Or I could just do both, get wrecked by Taros and read. So yeah, so unless you're from Russia or you're familiar with the classic board game Risk, you probably haven't really heard of Kamchatka. But yeah, Kamchatka is, you know that that little peninsula, that little skinny stretch of land on the very, very, very east side of Russia, Pacific Ocean side. Mm-hmm. That is the Kamchatka Peninsula. And so I wanted to know if there really were volcanoes in Kamchatka. There are several volcanoes, so it's quite plausible for there to be a secret base inside a volcano, which in and of itself is also a superhero trope. We see that in the Incredibles movie, for example, the first one. Wasn't gonna hit that anyway. Yeah, there are about 160 volcanoes in the Kamchatka Peninsula, 29 of which are active volcanoes. So who knows which one of these volcanoes Cabal was actually in. Josh von Evilstein. I already mentioned in the Scarlet video that... or maybe I didn't mention this in my re-recording of the Scarlet video, but there are a couple theories surrounding the relationship between Baron and Josh von Evilstein. And it's like either they're related or they could be the same person, right? Like the Josh von Evilstein is just Baron who lived a long time and stuff, and somehow became some kind of pop star in his time. But there is a video by the Glitch Feed podcast. I don't think that podcast is around anymore. But Zeeg Sparks, aka Dinohedron, one of the Brawlhalla devs, was on the Glitch Feed podcast at one point, and during that 78-minute episode, someone asked a question about the lore, about Josh von Evilstein, and Dinohedron said, "Yeah, I've seen several theories out there that they could be related, or they could be the same person, maybe." So he never confirmed or denied anything, but it's very possible that they could be the same person. I'd like to think so anyway, but it's not really official, unfortunately. Sad day.
Very sad day.
So, in the Cassidy episode, I mentioned that we know pretty much when she was born, like when she lived, because her lore says what year she was born, like how old she was during a certain year, things like that. We don't know exactly when Sentinel lived, but we have a fairly good idea. At least we have like only a few decades to narrow down to instead of like several hundred years. But yeah, Sentinel has a TV show called The Night Owls. Henry Cotez had a TV show. The very first TV show ever was in 1951, I believe. That was the first television talk show. And so he's at least old enough for that. However, I think the fact that he's modeled after Barack Obama, quite obviously, tells me that...
In general, he looks like in Valhalla, he looks like he's around his 30s.
Yeah, in his prime. I think though...
Yeah, his prime, but he's probably around 50, because there is a age thing to become president, so he can't
that is
really
true.
be
I think you have to be at least 35 to be president, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I actually did not write that in the lore. There's several little things I should fix, I guess. But anyway, I'm guessing that he probably was born around the same time as George W. Bush or Barack Obama, because Sentinel is obviously a modern day, like early 21st century soldier with the type of guns and the invisible drones that he has, which tells me that Sentinel was probably president around the same time Barack Obama was in the real world. So I'm putting Sentinel's birth year sometime between 1945 and 1965, which would make him about as old as Obama or George W. Bush. But that's just my guess, anyway. Ugh. You really like Bo, and I don't blame you. Bo's a lot of fun. The lore points out that Sentinel invented his own weapons, so just about any combination of weapons could have worked for him. I do think it's rather creative that they chose superhero for the Qatar hammer combination, because I don't know many other, I guess, archetypes that would have worked for that unusual weapon combination. He obviously didn't invent Qatars or the hammer, but the fact that he has these electric I'm assuming it's electricity or plasma energy in his weapons.
It looks like electricity,
Yeah.
which is why people are like, oh my god, 2 electric legends.
Oh, right. Were people upset about 2 electric legends? I don't remember that specifically when Thor came out.
People have been, yeah, there was like a lot of people were just like, dude, like, Sentinel's already the electric legend, so why are you adding another one?
Well, his shtick is not that he's electric. His shtick is that he's superhero. And besides which, if you want to complain about 2 of something or whatever, what about Jala and Ragnar? Right? They both use fire. So anyway. Whenever a new legend comes out, there'll always be something that people complain about. It's just
Kaya's too young.
Kaya's too young. Thor is putting Thor in the game is lazy. Fate is another orb legend is stupid, and it's something like that. I don't see it, but whatever. If there's a reason, people will find it. But yeah, very unique kind of electric stun capability with his weapons there. And I think that's actually all I have for Sentinel. So Ashley, if you don't have anything else, I guess we'll end the episode right here.
Yeah, that's all
right.
I got. I never have any last comments, so I don't know what to ask.
I'm sorry. I always want to make sure. I mean, like, I do a lot of the talking here, just because I just keep reading off of this sheet, not the sheet, but the web page I have open of the lore website. So I guess I always want to make sure that you feel like you can speak when you can. That's just me, but all right. Well, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, GG, fellow lore nerds.